Imagine this: you work all day, come home completely exhausted, and suddenly find yourself in the kitchen with a pack of nachos or ice cream in your hands. This is not a lack of willpower. Very often, this is emotional overeating. Remember one key idea: almost any eating problem can be roughly placed into three big groups. First, restrictive eating disorders: anorexia, bulimia, compulsive overeating. Second, emotional overeating, which we will focus on today. Third, unhelpful eating habits that gradually lead to weight gain. Only in that third group, the main focus is actually on food, what and how much you eat, and how to change your diet and train willpower. With restrictive disorders and emotional overeating, the core problem is not food itself. Food there is just a symptom and a way to cope with stress. At the heart of emotional overeating is chronic stress. These are people who constantly give their energy to others: clients, co-workers, family, friends. They work overtime, rarely rest, sleep too little, and feel guilty whenever they think about their own needs. Food becomes a quick way to refill an empty tank and compensate for exhaustion. There's also a dangerous stereotype: overweight people are kinder, softer, more soulful. Often behind this kindness hides not natural gentleness, but self-devaluation, fear of being bad, and an inner belief that I must please everyone and help everyone. A person constantly puts others above themselves, endlessly people pleases, fails to protect their own boundaries. And this exhausts them to the point where food becomes the only quick way to relieve the tension. From an emotional point of view, a few things stand out. First, a ban on anger. A person believes, if I'm angry, I'm bad. So they bend, agree, tolerate, and lose contact with their own boundaries. On the surface, it may look like irritability, but this is not healthy, calm anger that protects self-respect. Second, guilt. Thoughts like, how can I say no? He'll suffer without me. They'll think I'm selfish. Because of this guilt, the person constantly puts others' needs above their own and ends up in a deep emotional minus. Third, difficulty saying no, giving feedback, and entering conflict. Relationships become unbalanced. You give 10 times more than you receive. Everyone else comes first, and only somewhere at the end are your own body, rest, sleep, and food. Very often, the roots of this go back to childhood. Early separations when parents left the child with relatives, or in daycare before the child was ready. Critical, never satisfied parents, whose love felt conditional on you being convenient and pleasing. In such conditions, a child doesn't learn to track hunger, tiredness, and tension, and as an adult, lives disconnected from the body. So what can you do? Learn to feel and allow your anger. Ask yourself, does this work for me or not? Are my boundaries being crossed right now? Respond calmly and directly, naming what is not okay for you, instead of swallowing it, burning out, and then numbing the tension with food. Work with guilt. Notice the exact moment when your chest tightens and you instantly want to please someone. Label it as, I feel guilty. Stay with this feeling and avoid acting from it. Put yourself first. This is the hardest part. But without it, long-term weight loss and recovery from emotional overeating are almost impossible. When you start reclaiming time, sleep, calm, and respect for your own boundaries, the urge to eat yourself back to zero begins to shrink. Learn how to rest. Real rest means lying down and doing nothing productive. You feel bored, maybe uneasy, but you stay in that pause. This is how your nervous system gets a chance to recover without using food, alcohol, or endless productivity. And only then, work with food itself. For emotional eaters, strict diets usually make everything worse. What truly helps is to notice physical hunger and the point of fullness. Avoid skipping meals all day to prevent evening binges. Allow all foods without good or bad labels, while learning to listen to your body. In emotional overeating, food is not the enemy. It is a signal. The real issue is not the pastry at night. It is how you live, work, rest, and relate to yourself. When you shift these foundations, the need to eat away stress gradually weakens, and extra weight becomes a side effect of a healthier life, not a constant battle. This is one of many conversations we're having here about psychology and inner life. If this format works for you, explore the other videos on the channel. Support the channel with a like, subscribe, and stay with the series.